Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Trina Claggett from Spinsci. How you doing today, Trina?
I'm quite well. Thank you for asking. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And well, I'm curious what Spinsci is all about, and I'm sure listeners are tuning in as well, wondering what that is. So let's kick it off with that, Trina. In your own words, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, no. So I'd love to tell you more about Spinsci. So we are a leading patient engagement software as a service solution provider. We are based in Dallas, Texas. We are considered some of the leading experts in helping organizations, health systems, to integrate their technology across some of their critical IT investment platforms, whether that's in EHR, such as Epic or Oracle, CRM, working with UCaaS, contact center as a service organizations, as well as communication platforms as a service. And so regardless of the platform of choice or the technology or the investments that they're using, we as a company help those organizations to integrate that technology to provide that seamless flow of data, access to information, real-time access, with the ultimate goal of providing the optimal patient and care team experience.
Oh, that's great to hear there from you guys. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in can get a good understanding of Spinsci. What would you say then is the key problem that you solve for clients?
So I always like to use the analogy of we consider it like the party planners. There are a lot of people that are organizations or platforms of technology that would be invited to the party, but how do you make sure that they seamlessly integrate, that it's a seamless and frictionless experience, and that they all work towards the common goal of delivering the optimal patient experience while also to providing an optimal care team experience, which is critical to delivering that patient experience. And so we become the orchestrators in helping to facilitate that, helping to make those connections and ensure that seamless flow of information, that access to data, the patient information, whether that's just industry critical information, healthcare information, to be able to deliver the best care experience possible. So I'd say the thing about us and truly where the problems that we solve in the marketplace are many health systems have disparate IT platforms. They have multiple IT platforms that they may be using. They're accessing the EHR, but are they doing that in a seamless way with real-time access versus batch access? And so that's the problem that we help them to address, but then also to resolve with the technology and the solutions that we offer.
Definitely love that, right? And especially, I mean, if you're able to decrease the patient lookup time, it provided real results to the hospital. I mean, I think that's crucial for everybody. So great to hear that from you guys. And so then, don't want to assume here, but what vertical segment? What does that look like? What is the ideal ICP for you guys, Trina?
Oh, so we focus on the provider experience. So we work very closely with enterprise health systems across the U.S. And helping them to integrate and to access the technology, fully access the technology to get the true value of their investment. So for enterprise health systems, all the way down to even small to medium size, so that your larger health systems, community health systems, urgent care centers, doctors' offices, provider services, making sure that they all have that seamless flow of information, with the ultimate goal of focusing on that end-to-end patient journey and making sure that every single interaction along the way, whether that's registration, whether that's scheduling for appointments, registration, the actual doctor's consultation to post-care for pharmacy management, as well as referrals and orders, ensuring that every touch point along the way is a seamless and executed experience for both patients and caregivers.
Definitely, that's important, and I'm sure the staffing members are loving it, right? I mean, if it saves some time, if it's really easy, I mean, I think it gives them a lot more time to do work on the patient. So that's some great stuff you guys are doing. So then, how would they typically find out about you guys? Is there a top client acquisition channel there for Spinsci, Trina?
So we like to pull all the levers when it comes to engaging with our customers, not only to provide them access to information, but then also to just helping to connect with Spinsci in general. So a two-prong approach in that, in terms of helping to educate and inform, but then also to very specifically about our solution and how we can help them. So again, we pull all the levers. Our website is absolutely one of our top channels that we use to do that. It serves as the single point where they can access all the information about Spinsci, understand our integrations, understand who our partners are. We have a very, very diverse partner ecosystem. So understanding who we work with, who we serve, how we do that, and then specifically the outcomes, the value-based outcomes that we help them to achieve. We also do leverage our email marketing. We are very, very specific about the messaging and the content and that we deliver in the target audiences that we work with. So in email acquisition and doing so, making sure that we are working and reaching the right audiences, and then tailoring our message to what's important to them, helping them to solve the problems and the challenges that are most pressing for them today, and also to helping them for forward thinking, looking about the future of healthcare. So it's not just about today, it's about tomorrow, next year, and beyond, and helping them to reimagine healthcare and what the future of healthcare looks like.
Awesome. Great to hear that. And for our listeners who are tuned in, you could always check them out at spinsci.com. Trina, what role does the website then play for client acquisition?
It's critical. It's very critical because it is in many cases, depending on if someone finds us organically or if they find us directly through whether they've read a thought leadership piece, a blog, met us at a conference, because we do attend industry conferences quite a bit. But depending on how they've engaged with Spinsci, the website is always a source of content for them for additional information to explore and uncover, in addition to organic searches. And so SEO optimization is extremely important. All of us marketers will agree that there's priority placed on SEO optimization for organic search, but then also to leveraging the paid opportunities as well.
We all share that. And would there be any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Yeah, I would say that your messaging is key. And I just mentioned about SEO optimization, but equally as important when it comes to your website is you can have the best messaging in the world. Like, it can be spot on, but you also too have to focus on your website health and performance, and making sure that it's performing at its best, whether that's load times, making sure that you're eliminating any errors or issues or warnings that might be existing in the background that would ultimately affect the user experience and deter someone from engaging with the content that's available on your website. So it's one thing to drive traffic to your website, and it's another to ensure that they're engaging with the content and that they have the best experience on the website to continue to explore.
All right, great advice there for our listeners there. And well, let's switch gears a little bit, Trina, and let's talk about you as a leader. You being the VP of Marketing and Business Development there for Spinsci. What are some key tasks you focus on your day-to-day work?
Oh, so multitude of things. I would say for me and my role, so my marketing team focuses on more of the tactics and the execution of the marketing plan. For me, it's more around strategy, working with our partners for sales enablement, making sure that they're fully armed with the resources that are necessary, and then developing the strategy with our partners, making sure that we are, again, positioning ourselves. As I said, we're one of the foremost experts as it comes to integrations across patient engagement platforms. And so it's, again, positioning, and we've created awareness in terms of healthcare. People know who we are, but it's around the authority in terms of that we bring to the table and the expertise that we bring to the table. making sure that we're establishing that. So that's strategy, that's through thought leadership. And then also too, again, we're very, very focused on our future roadmap in terms of what healthcare looks like in the future, how we can help to develop that plan, how we can help to design technology that not only meets today's current needs, but then also to our future needs in healthcare, and developing platforms that help our customers to evolve. So it's one thing to make an investment today, and we know that they're investing in more than just technology. It's not just an investment in technology, but they really are investing in the future of healthcare, what that looks like, not only for their organizations, but making sure that it's very patient-centric and care team-centric. You can't focus on one without the other. You can't do that in a silo. And that's where I spend my day-to-day tactics, working with our executive leadership team, working with our product development team, working very closely with our CEO, who is, when I say that he, if you can encapsulate, or if I could describe our CEO in one word, and I would say it's energy, enthusiasm, excitement about the possibilities and the opportunities in healthcare, and making sure that we are that trusted advisor. We're not a vendor. We're a trusted advisor, a strategic partner for not only our partners, but then also to our customers, and ensuring that we are contributing to excellence in healthcare.
Definitely. I mean, it sounds like you got a full plate on your hands, but it sounds like everything's working. So great for you and for Spinsci as well. Kudos to you guys. And well, let's jump into our next section here, Trina, which is a rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. First off, Trina, what is the last book that you read?
I'm currently with Invisible Selling Machine by Ryan Deese. It's one that I'm really intrigued with, just in terms of his ability to translate email marketing, some of the other tools and tactics, and translating that into outcomes. There are a lot of things that we can do. Like I said, we can pull a lot of levers, we can do a lot of busy work, but it's about making sure that we're doing impactful marketing activities that truly align with our organizational goals and contributing to the outcomes, the shared outcomes and objectives that we've identified.
Definitely great read. Love it. So thanks for that. Next, Trina, is what is one single thing that Spinsci is focused on at the moment the most?
Workflow orchestration. In healthcare, for those that are familiar with healthcare, there are the workflows behind the scenes that make all the magic happen. And we are experts in that space in terms of ensuring not only the integrations are in place and that you have those seamless integrations, but now that you have that integration, you have access to the data, how do you continue to ensure a seamless flow across the patient journey and ensuring that there are no disruptions that will prevent the ultimate goal of optimal care. And so we offer we specialize in for the critical around the scheduling, registration, billing. I refer to like referrals and orders for workflows, but others such as call steering, order management, pharmacy management, ensuring that those workflows are in place so that they're automated, they're AI enhanced. They help to alleviate some of those mundane and administrative tasks that we mentioned before for care teams that allow them to spend more time with the patient, but then at the same time have things in place that will help to support the patient in education, support them in their process, and also to help to move them from sickness to well-being.
All right, great stuff there. And next, Trina, is if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Oh, I wish that we could pull everything into one single platform. So in terms of marketing, there are so many tools and platforms and technology that are available on the marketplace today. And it requires continuous learning on our part as an individual, as a marketer, to make sure that you're aware of what those new technologies are, making sure that you're exploring those, that you stay open-minded and you're accessing those. And sometimes for me, it's about being able to pull all that integration together into a single platform to be able to manage all those tools. So if there were no boundaries, I would say that. Absolutely.
Definitely would agree with you. Next, Trina, is if there is one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
Oh, so I say this hesitantly about lead nurturing emails. It's a common practice in marketing. And a lot of the AI tools that are available today assist in that. But for me personally, I just feel like it still requires a human touch to some point to ensure that we are personalizing those messages to the intended audience. And so we don't want to send canned responses. We don't want if you read an email, sometimes you can tell it's an AI generated email versus one that is relevant to recent conversations, recent engagement, something that the intended audience has expressed an interest or concern in recently. And so again, it's a mix of both. I do love the automation of that, but I still feel like that we have to manage that in order to ensure that we are delivering the right message at the right time, to the right person.
Definitely. All right. Awesome. Great to hear that. And well, lastly, Trina, definitely got to ask, I mean, you have a lot of experience, working with the city of St. Louis to working with Microsoft now to Spinsci, but I do have to ask, what is one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Oh, so if I was myself, my younger self, early in career, I would absolutely tell myself, and this is something that I embrace now, is to just be fearless. Do not let fear hold you back or slow you down. I have learned from my mistakes. And so now I'm not afraid to make the mistakes because I know that I've done the work, I've put the effort in, I've done my research. And sometimes mistakes are inevitable. We all make them. And as a marketer, you always, the pressure, the responsibility of a brand and being the owner or the steward of a brand, there can be a lot of pressure with that. And so in many cases, sometimes we might let fear hold us back. And I would absolutely tell myself, be fearless, go for it every single time. And if you make a mistake, when you make a mistake, learn from it and can move on.
Would totally agree with you, right? I mean, you got to learn from something that is better from your mistakes. So great stuff there. Thank you so much, Trina. And well, Trina, we're coming to the end of the show here, but I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Spinsci?
Oh, absolutely. Just the one thing I would say to remember about Spinsci is, again, we are strategic partners, trusted advisors. We stand out above the rest in terms of the vendor space, and that we have the proven success across the industry with enterprise healthcare systems, with some of the best EHR platforms and CRM platforms, UCaaS across the board, in terms of being able to bring to the table that expertise and that authority in the space and understanding the needs of our clients, as well as focus on delivering that value-based care, excellence in care delivery for patients and care teams.
There, you guys heard it. To our listeners, as mentioned, you can check them out at spinsci.com. Maximize health tech investments and data to elevate patient engagement. Trina, thank you so much for being on with us. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to our next episode at Pathmonk Presents. Thanks a lot, Trina.
That's why I thank you for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.